Hi, welcome to Story Time from the Child Advocacy Center of Fayetteville. Today we're going to read a book called On the Internet, our first talk about online safety by Dr. Jillian Roberts and illustrations by Jane Heinrichs. The internet is full of interesting information. It's a nice way to communicate with friends or family you don't always get to see in real life. And it's an excellent resource for learning about things that interest you. But there are things on the internet that are not very good. When you go online at home, at school, or with friends, you might see some things you don't understand. Maybe you've clicked on something without being sure what it means or where it will lead. It's okay to ask questions when you see something you don't understand, or if you aren't sure what is safe to look at. My parents told me I can go online if an adult is nearby to supervise. How can the internet be unsafe if it's inside my computer? People can put anything they want on the internet. Words, pictures, and videos. Most people post things that are interesting and nice to see. But sometimes people use the internet to say unkind things or behave in a way that is inappropriate or mean, just like people do in real life. There are also some things on the internet that kids might not understand yet, sort of like how there are books and movies that are just for adults and others that are for kids. Your parents want to make sure you see only things that are safe and appropriate. Why would people put mean or inappropriate things online? Sometimes people who feel angry about something decide to share their thoughts on the internet. At other times, people post personal things about themselves or somebody else because they are looking for attention or trying to be funny. People who do this are not exercising good judgment or respecting boundaries, other people's or their own. What kind of boundaries are there? One kind of boundary is your personal bubble, which is the space around your body that belongs to you. It often feels uncomfortable when someone, especially someone you don't know very well, sits or stands too close to you or talks to you right up close to your face. When someone is doing that, they are crossing a boundary, your personal space boundary. How can someone on the internet cross a boundary when they are not actually near me? There are other kinds of boundaries too. When people on the internet share too much private information about themselves or someone else, the ones who see it often feel really uncomfortable. The people oversharing have crossed another kind of boundary, a privacy boundary. On the internet, someone can cross a privacy boundary no matter where they are. One time I saw a picture on my big sister's social media account. It was of a friend of hers from school. People were teasing the girl in the comments. My sister was upset and said everyone was sharing it. Were those kids crossing a boundary? Yes, they definitely were. And you know what? They crossed your sister's boundaries too, because seeing that mean post was not her choice. And she was probably feeling sad and angry that those people were violating her friend's privacy and boundaries. It's never okay to post pictures of someone else online without their permission. And it's always wrong to bully people, whether in real life or online. If someone posts something inappropriate or mean on the internet, can they erase it or say they're sorry? Yes, sometimes. But the problem is, other people have already seen it, so it never really goes away. People can use their phones or computers to save a picture before the person who made the post erases it. It is best never to post anything on the internet that is rude, personal, or crosses a boundary, because once it's online, it's there for everyone to see and you can't really take it back. If you have private thoughts or feelings that you want to let out, you can talk to a trusted adult or write or draw about what you are feeling in a journal that is just for you. My sister has some friends that she only knows from the internet. Is this safe? That's a good question. Some people do use the internet and social media to make new friends. It's important to be cautious of people you meet on the internet because it is hard to know for sure if they are telling the truth about who they are, where they live, and why they want to get to know you. Always ask an adult first before you communicate online with anybody you don't know in real life. Your parents can help you decide if it is okay and what information is appropriate to share. What should I do if something or someone on the internet makes me feel uncomfortable? You should always tell your parents or teacher right away. Never feel embarrassed or bad that you saw something you didn't like. It is not your fault that other people cross boundaries online. Thinking about this stuff makes me kind of uncomfortable and angry. I don't like to feel this way. I understand how you feel. It's normal to feel sad or worried when we learn about some of the bad things that can happen in the world. However, it's important to know that we don't have to accept it. We can practice using our own good judgment and respecting boundaries, and we can encourage each other to be respectful of boundaries and use good judgment too. Do people ever use the internet for good things? Yes, they sure do. A lot of people from all parts of the world use the internet to do awesome things, like educate people who can't go to school, raise money to help those who are in need, and bring positive change to their communities. What about me? How can I use the internet in a way that will be good for me and others? There are many things you can do. When your parents say it's okay to start using social media, you can decide to post only things that are respectful and kind. Or you can ask your parents to show you a story about someone who is working to make the world a better place and ask them to share or like it. You can also model good boundaries for your friends and the adults in your life by behaving in a way that is respectful to yourself and others. The adults in your life can also help you develop an online safety plan. Here are some tips to help you use the internet safely. Social media guidelines for staying safe online. Don't post pictures or content about other people, like friends, without their permission, even if your intentions are good. Always ask if it is okay to share a picture or reference someone else in your post. Don't talk to people online who you have never met before unless you have checked with your parents. Ask your parents before creating an account on a new social media platform. Use the privacy settings for all social media accounts to make sure your personal information and content are private. Accept as friends on social media only people who are also friends in real life. If you come across something online that makes you feel uncomfortable, Tell your parents or a teacher right away. Never share your passwords or log in information with anyone except your parents. Have your parents or teacher help you turn off your location services on all social media platforms. Don't spend your whole day online. Become aware of how much time you are spending on your phone or computer. If your parents haven't set a limit for how long you can be on your devices each day, set one for yourself. Think before you post. T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? K, is it kind? When each of us sets and respects smart boundaries, and when we help others understand them, we can make the internet and the world around us a more respectful and positive place. And that's the end of our book today. Thank you.